Okay guys, so I'm going to go ahead and show this, let the cat out of the bag. This is what I'm going to be running for the cluster on my car. It is, this little thing right here is pretty much an entire computer, and this is a touchscreen that plugs into it. It's a 10-inch touchscreen, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to have the tuning software on this. I'll have it's Tuner Studios. We'll have that downloaded onto this, and it will be plugged into the ECM. And so it will read just like you would a laptop, and so it'll show the real-time gauges from the software and give me RPM, temperature, mile an hour, all those different readings. And so what I figured is we'll get this 10-inch touchscreen and we will mount it right there where the cluster goes. And that way I'll have a digital dash that allows me to change and move stuff around and put it exactly how I like it, and where I want things, how big, what kind of gauges. This will be how I control it, because I can do touchscreen and all that, but you can plug mouse and keyboard into it. This is mouse, keyboard, and everything you need all in one to allow me to be able to control it, so that way we can tune it, run gauges. I can even do as far as play video games from it. And so we just have to get this original gauge cluster out, and I'll take and get a piece of sheet metal, real thin sheet metal or something like that, or one of them like sign boards where they're like a plastic cardboard, something like that, to fill this hole up and mount that touchscreen to. And that way we'll look a lot more high tech, I guess, but it'll be a really cool gauge, be one of a kind, and it'll allow me to control what I see. So I ended up taking apart the switch panel, got all the pieces out, got all the wiring. Here's all the switches. Here's just the piece of metal that they're using for the switch panel. The reason why I did this is so that way it'd be much easier to lay it right here to get it marked out, so I can get it cut and installed, for one, and for two, I'm going to hydro dip this and make it look carbon fiber. And so for me to do that, I had to go ahead and get it all the switches out of it. I'll get it marked, and then I'll take this thing home with me tonight, get it sanded, painted, and then I'll dip it, and it'll look carbon fiber when it's all done. So I got the 4 holes marked where this plate on the outside, the little holes for the mounting, I got them marked. That way I can go ahead and cut that out, so that way we can get that mounted there. Alright guys, so we got it cut out now, and that's what it looks like with the hole all cut out. And that's what it's going to look like once we get the switch panel mounted in there. And then you'll be able to see a cluster up there, but that's what this looks like at the moment. There's the big hole, so that way nothing gets caught up, and then the switch panel is what makes it look good. But we'll get that hydro dipped, looking carbon fiber, and then I'll get all the switches back in it, and we'll get it mounted in that hole and make it look right. It's coming together real slow though, but I mean, it's slowly but surely. And then we'll work on getting this right here cut out to replace the old cluster with this thing. So it's coming along. I just got to get a couple more things in, and hopefully within the next week or two we'll have this thing running. So I made a template out of cardboard so I cut it out of this. I got this piece cut out. This is what the screen's gonna mount on. It's gonna go something like that on it, and I'm about to paint it real quick, but that fits right down in there. And see, but it goes down here, and then I'll paint it real quick so it looks good. Alright, so I got it all cut out. I got the holes mounted. I got the little spot in the back that fits this little piece for the HDMI and all that to come through it. So yeah, I'm gonna set it up in here. That way I get an idea of what it's gonna look like, and then I'm gonna paint it and dip it and make it look nice, and then I'll come back and actually mount it into the car. But this is just the first mock-up of what it's actually going to look like, because we're going from this a stock, and it was automatic cluster, but we're going from a stock automatic cluster to this. Alright, so I got it in the car, and the cool thing about this little computer is it will literally run off of a battery bank for your phone. And I run it down here to this little Pi, which is the actual computer. So you can hear the fans, and then there you can see the it's lit up, and I got the wires run up through the dash at the moment and tucked behind the little setup, so that way y'all can see what it would look like with it being on, and to give you an idea of what this is actually going to look like. Here's where the switch panel is going to go. I got it painted white, and I'm going to dip it with with one of my Hydro Dip films I have. That's a sticker bomb, but that kind of gives you an idea of what it looks like in here with the cluster while it's powered up and going right now. It's even got a dashboard in the computer, and so my background is an EG hatch with a Rocket Bunny kit. So even when I back out and look at the dashboard, you can see a Honda and a Honda. Although I'm rocking the Acura steering wheel from my Integra. I gotta fix that. I gotta get either an aftermarket steering wheel or put a Civic steering wheel back in here, because this thing doesn't line up right when you try to align it, because the slot is in a different spot on the shaft. But that's it mounted in there. Alright, so I got this. I've had it for a while now, but hadn't had a chance to install it. It's a Kimso. It is a Walboro 255 style. It pumps 310 liters per hour. And this I'm going to pull the stock pump out of this car. It only pumps, I want to say it's like 120 or 140 liters per hour. So it's a big upgrade. But yeah, we're gonna get that put in the car, and that'll help with the adjustable fuel pressure regulator along with all that stuff, and the big injectors I have coming for the car that I'm still waiting on. And once all that shows up, this thing will be real nice. But it should be running here within the next 2 weeks, a week. Alright, so I got it on there. I had to adjust it a little bit, try to pull a little bit more fuel, because the sock is a little bit different than the one that comes on it. But hopefully that'll work for me. I moved the whole pump down, but I got it mounted, and we're about to get it down here in the tank. So I got it down in there. Now I just have to plug these two plugs up and then screw it down, and I'll be done with the new fuel pump install. Alright guys, so I kind of should have videotaped it, but I didn't. I was a little slack. This finally came in. It's the inlet line for the fuel rail. It's a high flow fuel filter. It replaces the one right there on the fuel, or on the firewall, and I'm gonna mount it down here somewhere on the line, and it'll be hidden. But that's finally in. I'm about to go pick up the head gasket. We're gonna try to get the cylinder head on it today. Hopefully this all works out pretty well. Got the T-bracket on it. I actually got that mounted and solid, so it's mounted on all three engine mounts now, and is pretty solid. But yeah, so it's coming together, guys, but just slowly. So I finally have it. We finally have a head gasket, and I bought a timing belt and water pump and tensioner set, and brand new spark plugs and brand new axle seals. I tried to get the O-ring for the water neck, or the water pump to water pipe O-ring or whatever, and I'm being a pain. I'm trying to get that here. Oh, let's see here. Get that up on there. Trying to get that here soon, like today, because it'd be my guess I probably could get away with it afterwards, but it'd be more of a headache to try to stuff that tube down in there, all the way up in there, and then it comes all the way and bolts up right here. And yeah, I need that ring for it. this thing right here. That O-ring right there. Need that O-ring. And once we get that, this goes on here like so. Up in there like that, and then it goes here, and then yeah. So, but there's that O-ring. Alright, so I went to the parts store, and they were supposed to have ordered the parts like a week ago, and or they were supposed to already had the parts there. They don't. They had to order them. Not very happy. That may have been too close to my face. Not really sure. Never done that before. But it's gonna be here tomorrow, which is Monday or Tuesday, which I work all week. So I'm still gonna try to get the pieces, and I may or may not get them in during the week. It'll probably be next weekend before I can work on the car. But I'm putting the cylinder head on today. I'm doing that shit. I don't give a fuck. I'll fight that tube under that damn intake manifold. I've been wanting to get this sumbitch on here for fucking weeks. I'm putting this cylinder head on here. So that's going on today. And I'm gonna put the water pump on and all that as well. But yeah. So let's see here. This way. Okay. Hopefully, no, I don't need that no more. I'm gonna have the cylinder head on here, but I did get nice stuff. I got where the hell did the spring go? There's the spring. Can't lose this. That's a brand new spring. Where's the tensioner? Brand new tensioner. Brand new water pump. Brand new gates. Timing belt. It's not a blue one though. Next time when I do the upgraded cylinder head, here we go. When I do the upgraded cylinder head and everything, I was upside down. But the other valves and stuff, I'll get the blue one. But see, as you see, it's a Gates water belt, Gates timing belt, and it's a whole kit. So it's getting all the new stuff. And oh, here's another gasket. That's not the right one. Here's a little sticker so that way you can keep up with how many miles. I'm not going to use that. I don't ever use that. I always end up taking the belt off before it goes bad. So it don't ever matter. Here are the important things, sir. Let me get that butterfinger off of it. Oh, yes. Yes, sauce. Where are you at? Head gasket. Fail Pro. Dual overhead cam. Oh, shook up my Mountain Dew. Use my key, but be very careful around the gasket. Just pull this bad boy out. Alright. So, yeah, okay. This is the top side. That is the gasket. We'll get that installed and get the head on there. That's just so pretty. Well, yeah, there you go. Got it set on there. Got it up. Make sure it's on there right. You can even see the block guard down through it. But that is the head gasket. We got that on there. I'm going to set the cylinder head on it. And then I'm going to figure out where that needs to be cut at. And we're going to pull it back and cut it. And then with the fuel line, we had pizza for lunch, but where the fuel line, we'll cut it, make it go back here, and it's gonna be hidden. High flow fuel filter, that one will be gone off the firewall. It'll look a lot better. So we're gonna set the cylinder head on here real quick and check all that out, and then I'm gonna take the cylinder head back off of it. All right, so got the head gasket back on it. Got 2 studs in it. I'm gonna use those for centering it up, and then I'll put the rest of them in once I actually get it set down on there. Alright, so I got the cylinder head set on here. I got the studs down in there. I'm about to put their graphite lubricant on threads, the nuts, the washers that go on the studs, torque them down to spec, which is 80 pounds, and 3 steps. So it's like 30 pounds, 36 pounds, something like that, 50 something pounds. I think it's like 55 pounds, and then it's 80 pounds. And then once I get done with that, I put the cams in. So we're gonna torque down the head real quick, and we'll get back to you. So I got the graphite on all of them, got all the washers on there, and then put the nuts on there, and I'm about to torque it down to spec in 3 different steps. And when I get that done, we'll be back. Alright, so we got the cylinder head torqued down. It's torqued down to 80 pounds now. I did it in 3 steps to get there, but so it's all torqued down. I'm about to put I gotta put the lifters back in, put the assembly lube in, and then install the cams and then the cam caps and torque them down. Alright, what's up guys? So I got the cams torqued down in. We got assembly lube on all of it. Got the cam caps all torqued down to the 86 inch pounds, 7.2 foot pounds. I got the new turbo manifold on there. I ended up having to take the downpipe off because it hit the block, so I'm gonna have to cut it and clock it. Plus I have to end up building a new dump tube. But it's a stainless steel manifold, and it's way better than what I was running, so I just have to do a little bit of adjusting to make it work, and it'll be a better system than what I was running. It's getting a little dark on me. I'm gonna try to get the valve cover on this thing real quick and get that sealed up and then call it a night. But the motor is all back together pretty much. It's got the cylinder head on it, about to get the valve cover, turbo's hanging back on it. You know, we're coming along. It shouldn't be very much longer, and this thing, I'll be firing this thing up. So, alright, so as you see, it's dark. But, as you see, the motor's whole. Well, pretty much. I mean, it's got a cylinder head on it now. The valves are in there, or the cams are in there. Valve cover's on there. I'd take the valve cover back off to actually put the timing belt on there, but I wanted to get a look of what it's going to look like. Next day I have off. I'm going to take the time belt cover. We're going to put the time belt on here, get that all done, get the motor timed up, get the piping done, get all the wiring hooked up, get the exhaust run because I got to run a new dump tube and a new downpipe. But we'll get all that handled, knocked out. I'll have to reclock the turbo a little bit, but it's coming along, and the motor is finally at least all together, so I'm happy about that. Got a nice fuel line tuck that goes way back there. I think that looks really nice, instead of having to run the fuel line from over there to here. But I have to catch y'all on the next episode. I really hope y'all are enjoying this build. I've changed a little bit here and there, but for the most part it's still continuing on for the same thing I'm trying to do. It'll end up getting the cylinder head changed, and we'll get big cams in it. But for the time being, I'm trying to get this thing running so I can start getting some actual content of the thing growing and have some fun with it. But it's not too much longer, and this thing should be done and actually be able to be fired up. So, you know, smash that like button. You know, if you're new here, please subscribe. I really appreciate all the support from y'all. If you'd like to see anything, or you know, you'd like to comment on anything that I've done, or have any questions to ask about anything I've done, you know, just leave a comment below and I'll try to get back to you. But y'all have a good night. Peace out.